And welcome to Skip the Noise Podcast, a Rounded Edge Meter production. I want to thank our music guy, Mr. Mike Tacklebox. And I'm here, Brown Python, with Ben, the Mexican Nostradamus. I'm getting better at this, man.
No, you're not. I think you're progressively getting worse. I think the first one you did was as good as it went, and then I went downhill. But welcome everybody.
You know,
right?
Last time I did a Spanish intro, and it got me thinking that I would give up my career as a pharmacist and world-renowned podcaster if I got to host Sábado Gigante.
Oh, yes. All day long. I don't think anyone would turn that job down. Best job ever. Best job ever. Well, welcome everybody. I think we're going to go over a couple of things tonight. One of them definitely not being the break taking over Sábado Gigante. But what we will be looking at tonight is some people from the 70s show, well, they'll be in prison till they're in their 70s. We're also going to take a look at our aging leaders, which all happen to be well past their 70s. We're going to look at some safes that aren't very safe. We're going to see why everyone got pissed about some pool floaties. And then we're going to talk about some interesting polling results regarding Biden. So we got a fun little thing tonight. So we're going to make it, make it a good show for you, get plenty of information in there, and pump you full of political power. So I think we're going to start off with the first thing, which is actually kind of not necessarily a breaking story, but just got dropped, was the star from, what's his name? Danny Masterson, right?
Yeah.
Masterson. He was one of the guys who was on that 70s show, very popular show during the mid 2000s, early 2000s. Yeah, mid early 2000s. It had Ashton Kutcher, and his wife, Mila Kunis, the tall redhead chick that's in the Orange is the New Black. I don't know her name, and some other notable people. We're all in this show.
It had the bad guy from RoboCop. Red?
Yes.
It
did happen. That is bad.
That was the biggest star of that show, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
He's the greatest actor ever. He was, RoboCop.
He scared the shit out of me in RoboCop. Dude,
he was that. Oh my God. Anyways, so note to anyone who has not seen the original RoboCop, not the remake from 2016 or 2018. Yeah, that was horrible. This is the one made in the fucking 80s. This shit was brutal. If you want to see some wild shit, definitely check that out. But anyways, moving on. Apparently what happened with him was that he was accused of rape and, of course, successfully convicted while he was a member of the Church of Scientology. So basically, 2 women, he raped them. They went to go tell the church officials. The church officials then informed them that they should be quiet about it, and basically just the whole situation moved on. So later on, of course, it comes out they both are been prosecuted, and the guy's going to do 30 years in jail. 30 years.
That's a lot, man. I think
it is a lot. It is a lot, but
I'm not saying these ladies are lying or they're doing it for clout or anything, but this is circumstantial evidence. It's not. I mean, you're supposed to be prosecuted. There's supposed to be beyond reasonable doubt. In a rape case where it's just a he said, she said case, I don't know what kind of evidence they had on him, but it couldn't have been beyond a reasonable doubt.
I mean, apparently it had to be.
I mean, what if it was consensual? Nobody was there to hear it.
30 years is pretty. I mean, and I'm not trying to say that there hasn't been some, false convictions before or whatnot, but 30 years is pretty substantial. I mean, the guy he's 47 years old now. He'll get out of prison when he's 77 years old. Crazy.
Wow.
Crazy. But you know what? That's what you get, right? You don't do that. You don't
first off, you don't stick your dick in crazy.
Yeah.
Number one.
Yeah, for sure. That's
two,
the number one thing.
You're not Casanova. You can't be promiscuous and be like in the movies. Okay, that's Hollywood.
Yep,
that's Instagram. That's stupid.
Yeah.
If you're gonna have a relationship like that, you got to know the people. You got to know the girl. You got to wine and dine her. I mean, there's a process to this. It's just not you take it because they give it to you. You got to slow it down, buddy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a advice I'm going to give my son, by the way.
Well, I think it's crazy because I think 30 years. I think the standard's 18 years, but I think I just kind of threw the book at him just because of who he was. But then, of course, it also kind of plays into the whole Scientology thing. They were all part of a cult. He had superstar status because, of course, they like to maintain the air of their more popular members.
All right.
Excuse me.
See that happen.
So what happened was, of course, they apparently, like I said earlier, they complained. He, basically covered it up, and then of course it happens. So 30 years, he's gonna be he's not gonna be.
What could they have had against him though? Was there like footage?
Enough.
I mean,
apparently enough, dude. I mean, there had to be enough. There's no way that. I mean, I know that everyone can say things about kangaroo courts and stuff, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. But this 30 years is a pretty hard book to throw at somebody. Apparently they had something, bro. They definitely had something
for 30 years. 30 years.
Yes, they had something. Dude. I mean, dude, I know. I get you.
I mean, there's people that kill other people, whether by accident or whatever, and they only get 10 years.
Right.
And that's because there was, person A killed person B like in an accident or, unintentional homicide or something.
Well, they apparently said that they said that he raped, 3 women.
Yeah, but only 2. Though he only got convicted for 2. The other one was a hung jury.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 30 years seems kind of excessive for 2 convictions. I would have thought maybe like 15. Right? It's reasonable. 7.5 each, but
I don't know. I think that's a hard thing, right? Rape is definitely it's one of the most horrible things that can occur to a woman, our man.
Oh yeah.
Or anybody being forcefully, coerced or basically, taken sexually is just about as dysfunctional as it gets. So I don't really necessarily feel bad for the dude.
Yeah.
But I do think that the fact that it's just him versus them doing anything against the church that hit it up.
That's true.
It's more than just, to me, it should be more than just him. And it was a system that allowed this fabrication and this crime to be perpetrated. So for it to just put it on him, I think it's kind of crappy, but he definitely deserves. I mean, you do something that horrible, you deserve what you get.
Yeah.
So it's sad. No, it's not sad. It's sad for the victims. It's sad for, I think he's married. I don't know if he has kids, but it's sad. But, you unfortunately, if you do something, especially, I mean, apparently they came back from 2001, 2003, right?
Yeah. He was still doing the show.
Yeah, he's still doing the show. So it's pretty sad. But dude's doing 30 years. So, don't think just because you're popular that you're going to get away with shit. That's kind of part of the culture that we slip into, right?
Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
I don't care if she's offering it to you at the end of the day and you haven't had it. No. Get to know her first.
Yeah.
Talk to her. Make sure she ain't crazy. That takes at least two dates. And then we'll talk.
And also know your lane, right? I mean, if you're like, I think a lot of these guys think that, they get too powerful and they think they're over everything. So of course, in these situations, they just think that they can get whatever they want and they can, play the game, whether, however forceful was. I mean, I don't know, but I do know that a lot of these people do that kind of shit, right?
Yeah.
So and
he wasn't. I don't know, dude. I don't know. He's just.
Apparently, Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher both wrote to the judge pleading for as character references. So, I mean, they thought he was a cool guy.
I thought I always thought he was weird. I always thought he played the weird dude on the show, but in real life, he was actually kind of weird.
Oh, him and the Fez guy. But the Fez guy actually ended up making some good movies.
Yeah.
He did some movies about the Mexican experience quite well.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God. There's one where it's about like he's a a migrant worker and his wife
Yeah.
is. And it's just, oh my God. It's just too much. It's kind of, it's fucked up.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, but it's good. It's good. I mean, watch it. But it's definitely hard to watch. But it's not as hard to watch as our leaders freezing mid-speech because of
Jesus Christ.
Well, actually, as Mitch McConnell put it, he definitely didn't have a stroke. So that's what his doctor said. But for anyone who hasn't seen or heard about it, Mitch McConnell, I don't know if we can pull that up. Do we have that? His second freeze?
Yeah, I think we do, man. Why not?
Might be hard to pull it, but as we're setting that up, it's pretty crazy. So Mitch McConnell, the minority speaker of the House of the Senate, I'm sorry, for the Republicans, basically was in the middle of a talk, talking to some, I guess, local reporters. Somebody asked him if he was running again for Congress, at which he kind of started to reply, and then silence. You just see that like doe look in his eyes, and you realize he's not there anymore. So after a good amount of time, he somewhat recovers, but you could definitely tell, things were fucked up, right?
Yeah.
No,
so he does freeze. And it's kind of scary, really, because you don't know what's going to happen next.
But yeah, it looked like he was going down. It looked like he was going to just drop, because this is the second time he's done that. Remember, he did it, I think, in Washington, D.C. And this time I think he did it, he did it when he was back home in his home state of Kentucky.
Oh, yeah. So I want to show you guys you're going to listen to the second time he froze, which is the most recent time.
Right.
I think hopefully I got the right video here, guys. So give me a second. Hang on a moment, and let's see.
Hopefully it's not one of those kind of bad videos.
One of those what?
No, hopefully it's not a bad video.
So here he's being asked about re-election, and he just freezes.
Did you hear the question, Senator? Running for re-election in 2026?
Just staring into space.
I'm sorry, you all. We're going to need a minute.
Dude, what's wrong with him? Like his eyes. You see his eyes, though?
Oh, yeah. He went doe-like.
He's like panicking or something.
Well, I think it was that silent panic of probably like knowing you're losing you're like, it's a losing battle, right? You know that something's wrong. It's like that silent scream.
What are my thoughts about what? Running for re-election.
It's just restarting.
Oh.
Yeah, listen.
And he's gone.
Gone, ladies. I mean, literally gone.
Wow.
Completely
Poor guy,
gone.
man. Like, why do you want to be in politics this old? Go home, spend whatever money you have. I'm sure it's a lot of it. And then,
tons of it. Tons
right
of
off
it.
into the sunset. You don't need to be in politics, man. Come on.
He can't do that, though. He can't do that. It's about power, right? He wants more. These people. Well, it's not even so much him. It's probably his representatives and his aides that are unelected rulers in government. If you think about it.
That's true.
I mean, you from everyone who makes his calendars to the person who helps him do all this stuff, they can basically do whatever they want. And they know they got some senile old man who probably doesn't even know what's happening. I mean, he was definitely sharp 2 years ago, but now, this looks bad, right?
Well, you
this
got
looks
Nancy
horrible.
Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi's running for re-election.
Oh, she shakes. She definitely has some serious. She's 4 years old?
84. Dude.
Let me see. Let me double check.
She's going to win, too. That's a problem.
Yeah, I don't get that.
She's going to run in San Francisco, and she's going to fucking win.
Yeah, I don't get that. Hold on. Let's see. Let's double check on Miss Pelosi's age. And guess what? She'll win. She's 83 years old. She's 83 years old right now, ladies and gentlemen. That's madness. We're going to have, what is she going to keep running until literally they have to until they have to carry a ream of diapers around her all the time. It's just, it's sadness. And then of course you see, and while we are going through all this, the funny thing is the hypocrisy from the right regarding this situation, because a lot of them are just, they don't even want to talk about it. Because, of course, everyone wants to talk about Biden being fucked up, which he is. Let's be honest, right? Everyone says it. We know it. Biden is not really there mentally, but neither is the other old ass, senators, congressmen, you name it. Those people aren't there either. So to try to, it's kind of funny. It
kind of sheds a light as to who really is running the government. You got Feinstein,
right?
Who I'm sure doesn't read any more bills, but yet she's got staffers voting for her. She doesn't even know where she is, dude.
She can't even focus on reading. Like reading's gone for her. The way she looks, man.
You got McConnell, you got Pelosi, you got Biden.
Yep.
I guess Fetterman too, to some extent. I know that does not do anything.
Well, no, but at least Fetterman, the wheels are turning in the background, right? He may be, he's hampered by
Fetterwoman.
Yeah. Well, yeah, whatever he is, you can still see the wheels are turning, right? But you looked at some of these really old people. There's nothing going on. It's just literally. I think the new fun thing is Weekend at Bernie's with people, right? They're all their aides prop them up and have them walk around. But in reality, there's nothing there. It's just a shell that they wiggle in front of everybody.
Dude, their aides must be getting like rained down with gifts from lobbyists.
Oh, that's why they love it.
They're not held accountable. See, the senator can accept gifts like that, but their staffers can.
Oh, bro, think about it. And also think about it. It's like they're just trying to keep running the game because you know what's going to happen. As soon as they can, they're going to take a private equity firm or some type of job like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's definitely that's who's running this thing. That's who's behind the scenes, ladies and gentlemen. That's who's keeping these old people there because they know that these guys don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Jerry Nadler, he shits in his pants, dude. Oh, everyone's okay with that.
Yep, it's fine. It's totally fine. Shit your pants. That's cool.
Yeah.
Fall downstairs. Go into 30-second blue screens. I mean, that's how he looked like he was just a human blue screen for 30 seconds, both times. Yeah. It just looks like there was a DOS error in his brain.
You know what the scary part is about this whole thing about McConnell?
What?
It's not the fact that he was about to pass out or whatever he was having there. It's that the fucking doctors cleared him and said that he was fine to go back to work.
Oh,
the doctors cleared him.
Yeah, sure they did.
The fucking doctors did. The guys who were sworn to medicine or whatever.
Yep. Well, I mean, but remember Dick Cheney, right? Motherfucker was like dead for a while.
Yeah.
He had no heartbeat.
Yeah.
Because he was walking around with a mechanical heart, but the doctor said he was cool. He could still perform his duties. The medical establishment is a joke when it comes to a lot of those type of things. Because, it's just like whatever's going to hold up the status quo. And, you don't want to look like you're an ageist. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, like I said, and I think we've all been saying, when it comes down to it, if I can't trust you to take my order from McDonald's, I don't think you should be
running the country
at all. You shouldn't be doing anything, right? You shouldn't be doing anything. So, that's definitely a part of our society that we're starting to see that we really need to deal with, because as you know, ladies and gentlemen, our population is getting older. The boomers are cresting right now, so you're going to see a lot of older people, and they're going to want to maintain and control power. I mean, that's what's behind the crust of a lot of this, the inflation and everything. You see people not wanting to allow the adjustment or make the adjustment because they're just riding off of basically good luck, right? So you just see a population that's unwilling to step aside or move along, even if it's for the greater good. They don't care.
I was actually noticing this because Vivek Ramaswamy, he's a millennial. I guess you would consider him that. But you don't see a lot of Gen Xers like us in politics or doing shit like that.
What do you mean?
From the boomers to the millennials. I don't see a lot of Gen Xers in politics, in Congress or.
Well, you gotta remember though, we're so Gen X. I mean, you're kind of a millennial. They call you a geriatric millennial.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's what they call you. They call you one of those. Whereas me, I'm like they call me I'm literally me and Benjamin James are the last of Generation
Oh my
X.
God! Oh, come on.
Well,
Please.
remember, we're both born in the 70s.
Yeah.
That's like the cutoff. Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, if my mic is picking up storm clouds in the background,
Oh, really? It's raining over there?
it's because it's thundering. Yeah, it's thundering and lightning. We're actually our high tomorrow. So the high today, and I'm totally going off topic. The high today was 110 degrees in this godforsaken place. But
wow.
Our high tomorrow is 96. And that's because I think some cold fronts are finally starting to move through. So relief from this horrible summer's coming. But moving on, we don't see any relief from these octogenarians, and who knows how many 90-year-olds will be senators, literally shitting their pants, forgetting where they are, not even understanding anything. And these people are voting on billions and trillions of dollars of bills.
Yeah.
So sad. So sad. And we're allowing it. I really think at some point, just like there's an age limit to get into Congress, there should 100% be an age limit of which you can do anything else, right? I mean, to me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there should be a limit, though. I agree.
Like,
this is ridiculous, bro. Like, I don't think. Okay, if you think about the founders of this country, the framers, when you look at the paintings on the museums or whatever, you always see them as these old white guys with like white wigs and whatnot.
Yeah,
writing the Constitution. They weren't that old, dude.
No, they were in their 30s.
20s and 30s.
Yep, 20s and 30s.
They wasn't that old.
Nope. It wasn't a bunch of fucking old people. Because guess what? Old people, first of all, didn't live that long. And then on top of that, like I said, they're just old. Older people are just not moving aside, right? It's like, so in nature, this is an interesting concept because I always hear about this in nature. You know how they had those kills, right, for rhinos and elephants and stuff.
Yeah.
Where hunters will pay $250,000 to pop one, whatever.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, what they do, huh?
Ever shot a human? Like you paid money to go hunt a human?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Skills, man.
Oh boy.
Oh man. You go to some jungle in Burma, they'll pay for that shit.
Okay. Awesome. And let's see, allegedly. But
it's all allegedly. Yeah,
allegedly. So like if you take a if you take a look at if you take a look at what they do with rhinos and elephants, what they do is they take the oldest, meanest bull, the one that's just has not allowed itself to either be killed by nature and doesn't want to move along. That's who they select as a target. Why? Because guess what that old bull does? It starts hurting and mauling the younger, males that are actually more feral. They're able to actually produce better calves or whatever the species is. So that's the problem is we have a whole generation of old people that do not want to step aside. And Generation X, honestly, is the engine, in my opinion, in the sense that right now, most of us are either in our 50s or like me and Benjamin James, our mid 40s, all the way from that. So it's a pretty large generation. But to be quite honest with you, we just kind of kept the wheels of industry moving. So I don't know, man. This is going to be rough. It's going to be rough. And this is something that we really need to talk about.
It starts in the communities. It starts in the cities. They need to be voted out. Like the people who keep voting for them. That's a problem.
Well, they're not. No, well, they're backed by these establishments, right? So the Republican Party says this is who's running, and this is who you're going to vote for. So if they were Democrats, it doesn't really give a chance for someone to break through, because it's to break through on some of these really entrenched people is almost impossible. It's completely impossible. So it's pretty sad. But moving on, you know what else is sad?
That no one's really safe anymore, right?
No,
get
right?
that?
I mean, safes aren't even safe anymore. And particular, allegedly, just in case they come after us, Liberty safes. So let us. What happened? What happened with Liberty safes?
All right. So this is what happened. The Hodgkins twins they're a YouTube channel.
Right.
They're conservative. And so they posted a tweet illustrating about one of their friends who 2.5 years after January 6th, the house got raided with a team of FBI.
Right.
Came with guns drawn, shields up. And they came into this guy's house and they started, raiding it and searching it. And they got to the point where they had opened the safe that he had, a Liberty safe. So instead of the FBI doing it the hard way, where like they take a hammer and a sledge and they start banging the safe trying to pry it open, all they had to do was call Liberty Safe Company and get the backdoor passcode to the safe. And
wow.
now keep in mind, this was a small detail in the tweet's description of what happened, but it's the small detail that got people's attention, thinking like, whoa, what? Liberty Safe has a backdoor passcode to my safe?
That's the first thing.
What the fuck is that about?
Yep. That's the first thing. It's like, wait, what?
And now the second thing is how they gave it to the FBI. You see, the FBI had a warrant to search this man's house. Okay, fine. It is what it is. But they didn't have a subpoena to get the code from Liberty Safe. So all they had to do was call Liberty Safe and say, hey, Liberty, we're here at this man's house. We have a warrant to search his home. Can we have the passcode? Now, Liberty should have been like, first of all, the right thing would have said, we don't have passcodes, but whatever, they do.
Right, exactly.
They should have said, well, do you have a subpoena for this passcode? Because you calling me with a piece of paper for this man's house, not necessarily my house or my company, where is it? So anyway, people are pissed off about this, obviously. Because Liberty Safe has painted themselves as like a conservative,
patriotic,
Second Amendment, patriotic, America,
and your freedoms.
I think the commercials have like a bald eagle at the end, that that kind of thing.
Nice. Fucking nice.
There's got the American flag and
it
Mount
just
Rushmore
like
in the back.
It just swoops down on some like poor.
Liberty Safe is like where they keep the documents of the Constitution, the original.
Exactly.
Stuff,
at least that's no. They keep all the jewels of the United States. Everything's in a Liberty Safe. Fucking bullshit. Like
when
the crown
National
jewels.
Treasure came out. When National Treasure came out with Nicolas Cage, he opened a Liberty Safe. Okay,
exactly.
That's how.
Exactly.
To
and
pull
guess
out
what?
the map to the treasure. Anyway, go ahead. What's that?
And guess what? If that safe was properly like done and trained, we would never have had a national secret, right? We wouldn't even have known.
No,
I mean,
never.
Well, I find it funny because go ahead.
Well, here's the thing now. You're buying the safe, but they never tell anybody that they're keeping a backdoor code to your safe that they're willing to give out to the feds. That's not part of the selling point.
No.
Yet they've never disclosed this before.
Right.
And the only reason they had disclosed it this time was because of Twitter or X or whatever.
Yep.
Okay. That's fucked up. That is really fucked up how they do this. Okay. Now people are making comparisons to Apple.
Right.
Remember Apple?
Yes.
Apple back in I don't know, was it 2017 or something?
16 with the Orlando, the shooting.
San Bernardino shooter.
Oh yes.
They tried to open his the feds came to Apple saying, hey, we need the passcode to open his phone. And Apple, first of all, said, we don't have that. First of all, there's no way to open a phone without a passcode. We don't have the tools for it. We would have to develop it. And then even then, we'd open up a Pandora's box because that can be used to exploit other iPhones. And they told pretty much the FBI to go fuck off. We can't help you. And this is what, and I heard this in Tim Pool. He actually made a really good point. He was like, Apple used this as an opportunity to advertise how safe their phones are.
Yep.
Your phones are so safe, the feds can't even get into it, and we can't even get into it.
Yep.
Boom, sales. Everybody wants an iPhone now.
Yep.
Okay. Liberty Safe just rolled over, man. They were like, no, we make safes, but no, we're going to give you the information because we're not safe, really. We're just narcs for the feds now.
We're not safe, really. We're just snarks. We're just going to tell on you and everything in there. So every safe comes with a camera.
Yeah, every safe comes with a camera and documents everything you put in there, and then we give that to
shit.
the feds now.
All the time.
Yeah,
Like we
dude.
just continue. Actually, we just give them a live stream of your shit now. Yeah, that's the crazy part, right? The backdoor codes is fucked up. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets.
And here's the thing now. Their excuse for having the backdoor codes was like, well, people call us and they lose their code, and so we give them this code, and you know, it helps them out. But there's people on Twitter or X saying quite the opposite, saying, hey, I called you guys saying I lost my code, and you told me to call a locksmith. So what the fuck, dude? Like, what's serious? What's going on here?
Right.
Like this, your explanation is bullshit because obviously I've called you, so I have hundreds of thousands of other people have called you for the same reason, and you tell them to get us a locksmith. You know?
Yep. I get it. And now the backdoor code's what kills me, right? The backdoor codes that's what fucks with me the most.
Yeah.
Is the fact that these people think like, oh, hey, my stuff is safe, but is it really? No, it's not, because Liberty can always get in there. I mean, what is the purpose of that?
Yeah, what's the point? Okay, what if some dude wants to get your safe and or bring into your house?
Our former employee.
What the point? Yeah, dude.
I mean, fuck. All you have to be like, yo, dude, you got Liberty safe? Yeah, check this cool party trick out. And he just opens it. I mean, that's basically what happened. And for them, like you said, to surrender it so quickly without being more pinpoint. Quickly. I mean, it just goes to prove to show, like, if someone tries to fuck with your money, they're gonna sell you up the river to try to keep it from happening. Yep. And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, whoever thought of this backdoor thing and then giving the surrender, not having the policies in place to provide this information to law enforcement with the proper documentation. I mean, I went on Twitter and I called their management a bunch of morons.
Oh,
fucking
for sure,
morons, dude.
Well, I mean, it's morons because not only is it morons because of what's happened, it's morons because of the fact that people actually believe this, guys, right? People actually go, oh, they're Liberty Safes, they care. But really, guess what? Liberty Safes is about themselves. I mean, that's the one thing I think we should try to say. The more patriotic businesses, the more likely it literally does not give a shit about what it's saying, because it's just a gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Liberty Safe CEOs and stuff allegedly don't really give a fuck. They don't care.
Well,
they do not give a shit.
Since they've been under scrutiny, a lot of people on Twitter have been saying that they've contributed a lot of money to Obama's campaign,
right?
And a lot of left-wing organizations.
Which one? Liberty Safes?
Liberty Safe, yeah.
Wow. Well, that goes to show, right? A lot of these people think Liberty Safe, oh, they're American. They're going to have my ideals.
America.
Which doesn't matter, but nonetheless, it's kind of a false advertising to them. And now they've been basically lying to everyone else, because they're basically saying, hey, we can get in your shit anytime we want. And that's it. And
we'll give it to the government. We're going to roll over on you.
Yep. And then you're fucked and there's nothing you can do. So thank you.
Bye-bye. Dude, so what ended up happening, though, on a side note, was that people learned from the whole Bud Light fiasco, right?
Yeah.
And they started buying stock from their competitors. People started going into stock because they're not a publicly traded company,
so
but their competitors are.
That shit. Yeah.
So people's their competitors' stock actually went up by almost 105% in one day.
That's crazy.
People were like, "Yeah, they want in on this."
Yep.
So anyway, just want to let you guys know about that.
Well, you know what? Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that's what Liberty Safe gets, and hopefully they fuck up, right? But
they changed the policy now.
Well, they did.
They changed the policy to what should have been.
Yeah, but you got thousands of safes that already have this access that nobody was aware of. So I don't know. I still think it's bullshit. But moving on, I think another fun little thing are the floaty toys that Governor Abbott. Yeah. So
some woke ass judge, man. Some woke ass judge said that Texas could not put buoys in the middle of the river, preventing illegal immigrants from crossing through the river. Why? I don't know.
Well, okay. I think
Was it federal land? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think it's a federal thing because the border is technically a federal land, but also I think there's an issue in regards to safety, etc. I mean,
Jesus Christ!
I do
Safety
see.
is don't cross the river.
Well,
okay,
right.
they're gonna get in.
Well, right, but you can't. Yeah, I think you have to try to. You don't want to necessarily help people cross over legally, but what you do want to do is make sure that people don't die doing it because of stupidity. And so, if anybody knows, when you cross the border, there's boats on both sides, right? And the quality of that boat is depending on how much money you got.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, these people a lot of these people are dealing with the floats. A lot of these people are handling this, and it's just I don't know. I just think it was a poor decision by Abbott because he knew it was going to be struck down. Right?
I think it was a good decision. It was a great deterrent. What is
was it really though? Not really. It's a couple of kids
someone
drowned.
died.
A couple of kids drowned.
Okay, why are you putting your kids through the river, man?
I'm not saying I'm agreeing with it, but why are we being such dicks that obstacles are so bad?
Stupid parenting.
Why don't you just let them? Why don't they just, when they get across, just walk them back at that point? You know what I'm saying? Why make the hoopla?
Well, because once they cross the country, they have to get processed, and they get a court date, and they have to show up for court.
But that's our bureaucracy that was started under Trump and Biden. Yes, bureaucracy has been a major state.
Courts have always been like this.
Well, right, but they're getting worse and worse and worse with less government funding, but more of government spending because of the fact that everyone's made this such a polarizing topic.
I don't know. I think the buoys was a good idea for deterrence.
Right.
Now, if it didn't deter you, I don't know what to tell you, man. You're pretty. I mean, you're fucking. I don't know. I'm not gonna say the R word, but you're stupid.
Ready? Regular?
Yes. You're not very ready to be in this country if you're gonna cross over. There you go. That's a good one.
Boy. Oh
That's
boy.
the word I was looking for.
Ready or willing or able?
But anyway, so we know what's going on though with this immigration thing. So Texas has been busing them to New York, Chicago, LA, sanctuary cities.
Right.
And they're causing a lot of problems over there because the resources are running out, space is running out, people are getting pissed. And it's kind of red pilling a lot of people. They're almost saying Trump's talking points. They sound like Trump supporters at these town halls.
Well, they are Trump supporters.
No, dude. I'm talking about like inner city Chicago, inner city New
Trump
York.
Supporters, dude. Do you know one of the greatest?
These are the guys that voted for Ocasio-Cortez.
Dude, no. Dude, you know one of the biggest shifts going on right now politically are Latin and Black males going to the Republican Party.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a huge shift going on. Huge.
Do you know
shift.
Why?
Because
they're illegal immigrants that are being busted. No, they got a red pill, man.
They're mistaken.
So anyway, it's causing a lot of problems in these cities, sanctuary cities,
Right.
And but the Biden administration is thinking about forcing Texas to keep them in Texas instead of fixing the problem, and instead of addressing the problem head on and deporting these people out and all this other stuff. They're just saying, hey, we're going to keep on the status quo, but we're going to keep them in Texas. We're going to force it.
Right.
Yeah. And that's a horrible idea.
It is a horrible idea.
Because they're not stopping it.
Nope.
They don't want to stop it.
Nope. But what are you going to do, right? How are you going to handle it? How are you going to fix it? How do you fix it?
Well, we're gonna keep on setting up some sanctuary cities because these are the cities that
okay. Look, this doesn't work. This doesn't work, right? How do you fix it? So come on. How do you fix it?
It's super fucking easy, bro. Very easy.
What?
You tell the Mexican government to keep them from going into Mexico, or you're gonna raise tariffs. Okay, number one.
Right.
Number two, you develop a stay in Mexico policy. Okay. By staying in Mexico, you deter people from making the trek all the way over here only to fucking stay in Mexico.
Right.
Okay. And all these things were done under the Trump administration.
Were they really though? Because he backed away from it himself. I don't know. He backed away himself from it.
I did not make this policies up. These were part of the Trump administration's policy towards illegal immigration. And you build a wall. There you go. That's how you do it.
I don't think so. But But that's neither here nor there. But the fact that the floats are gone, I think it's a better idea. You don't need people dying like over this stuff. And there was that one little girl that died because of the floats. She got caught up in them.
No,
it's not worth killing people, right?
She didn't die because of the floats. She died because of poor parenting.
Okay, look, it still happened though, right? It still happened.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm saying. I
don't get it. Okay, here's an analogy. If there was an electric fence, okay, and my mom said, "Hey, go ahead and cross that fence, will you?" Whose fault is it, the fence or my mom?
That's true. That's true.
Come on, dude.
I get it, but still, we shouldn't be putting those things up there. Like either build a fucking 90-foot wall or don't put deterrents. But the floats aren't a deterrent, right? Because most people still think they can get past them, but they don't know till they know. And by the time most of those people find out, that's another dead body.
The state of Texas is trying to figure out if alligators live in rivers. So we'll see what happens with that. I think there's a committee on that.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Jeez, what a waste. What a waste of taxpayer time and money to figure this dumb shit out.
I'm just kidding. I'm just.
Okay.
That's my letter to the governor. And
I was like, shit. I was like, dude. Well, I think as we're kind of making this a short and sweet one tonight, we're going to kind of wrap up on something that I found very interesting. There's a big poll conducted with Biden versus all the people running for president currently, for Vic Ramaswamy, Ron DeSantis, Nikki Haley, Chris Christie, or Doug Christie, whatever his fucking name is. I think everyone except for the big losers.
Chris Christie?
Like Pence, Pence and the Natasha, and then the one guy that looks like he's he looks like he like goes through your underwear drawer and smells it. I forgot his name. Anyways, they all are, for the most part, either tied or beating Biden in the polls. If they ran individually against him, how would voters react? And to be quite honest with you, it's kind of interesting, right? You see huge noise going on right now about Nikki Haley. Interesting.
Why is that?
Right?
What do you think is going on with that?
Well, I think basically she's exploded onto the scene. She gave a realistic answer regarding abortion.
Yeah.
Very realistic answer. So I give her that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when she talked about that, she seemed to, when it came with the sparring with Vivek Ramaswamy in regards of foreign policy, a lot of people said she won that exchange. I don't believe that. But what she did do was at least engage in a very high level, difficult conversation with within our government. So I don't know. But anyways, when it really comes down to it, Biden has serious problems. He's too old. Nobody, and if something were to happen to him, God forbid, Kamala Harris would be of the president of the United States.
Okay, so there's been some chatter on the YouTube, conservative space saying that the media is actually turning on Biden. They see the writing on the wall. They see the polls. Right. And there's a big fear that Trump might actually win the primary and become president. Or not Trump light, Ramaswamy or even Nikki Haley.
Right.
But they're turning on him in hopes that he will retire and someone else can come on to the scene, i.e.
Gavin Newsom. Is that who you want?
Gavin Newsom, or the vice president, or who else would come on board? Not Robert Kennedy, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, no, that guy, but he's a quack job. I don't care. I love how so many people are giving him so much limelight, but he's a complete whack job.
Yeah, but he's not corrupt. At this point, I think people want whack jobs more than corrupt jobs,
Well, I mean, we'll see, right? We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. We shall see. But I'll tell you one thing. Biden may be out of his job at the rate things are going, right?
Well, again, though, again, it's really not Biden, right? It's his aides, the people around him that are making the decisions,
Right.
that are signing the paperwork.
Right.
I mean, all they have to do is prop this old man up to say a few words and give a few speeches and be strong on a few debates.
I mean, you gotta wonder if they got the hand up his ass or is it just like lined up on his back? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it is sad, but people are noticing it, right? The lowest approval rating he's had. They basically, when it comes to Kamala Harris, she is the most unpopular political personality, I think, ever. Like, nobody wants her to be president. So that's the scary thing, right? So I think this is really hurting Biden.
You know what I was thinking the other day, though? Actually, today. Let's just say Trump does win the nomination, right? And he does become president. Who the hell is he going to put in the cabinet? Like, who wants to work with him at this point?
Oh, yeah. But he definitely would be. Yeah, I get you. He's like, definitely going to.
Jared Kushner's not going to be on board anymore. He's like, Jared Kushner, like, fuck, man, you put Rudy Giuliani in jail. Nah.
Bro, he already made $2.1 billion off of this trade with fucking Saudi Arabia, where he's now managing a fund for them. Managing, I put in air quotes. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know where this is all going to go. I just know that right now we have a very old president that I think can get beat by a somewhat charismatic younger person. I just think it just looks like such shit for him. So who knows?
I mean, Nikki Haley sounds good, but is she establishment? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Does she resonate with the voters? Not really. Vivek is Trump light, you know?
Right.
Is he fake? Maybe. DeSantis? No.
Oh, come on.
No.
DeSantis is just done.
No.
He did. Someone needs to put a stick in that meatball.
You know what's going to happen?
Throw it out. Oh, he's going to make a comeback.
No, dude. What's going to happen is this. Yeah, he may. Let's just say he wins a primary. Some video with him and some gay dude's going to come out.
Oh,
when he was in the Marines. And
boy.
Torpedo his campaign.
I mean, literally torpedo.
Yeah. That torpedo's going to go right in there.
Yeah, right in there.
Blow everything up, man. Just
like the video. Everything's getting blown up and blown on. Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just, it's sad, but
he strikes me as that kind of dude, you know?
Oh boy.
Kind of just got married for clout. I don't know.
Like Ted Cruz?
Yeah, do you think so?
No. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Ted Cruz is not. Yeah, no. He's not a Texas boy. He's definitely not. Yeah, no, he's not. It's pretty sad to see that, though. Anyways, get ready for 24. Get ready for fucking 24 because guess what? We know at least one person who's not winning, and that's fucking Biden at this rate. So just, strap in and buckle up, see what happens. I mean, this one could be for real. This could be the most contested, or it might be just a landslide. Like Biden loses by a landslide. So you never know. But with that, I think we're going to start wrapping ourselves up tonight as we're both exhausted. It's been a crazy time. We're going to try to get back here next week. Try to get our cadence back. Hopefully, you can get Benjamin James to join us also. And I think we're good. So we're going to list where you can meet us. I think it's I got to actually know our Gmail one day. You think after doing this for so many years, something skip the noise my ass dot 447.
I know it starts with skip and it ends with Gmail.
Yeah. But that doesn't help.
That's all I know.
Yeah, there might be a couple variations between that.
I want to know that Benjamin has the that email. I wonder how popular it is with fan mail.
Oh, I guarantee you, somebody sent him D-pics. Guarantee you, tons of them, like hooked ones, big ones, skinny ones, fat ones, ones on rocks,
hooked ones, on rocks.
Ben's just like, oh fuck, there's just cocks everywhere. But yeah. With that being said, we will you can reach us out on X. It's no longer Twitter. That we all have our own handles on there. And also, if you have a suggestion for a show, please let us know. We will definitely 100% entertain whatever you want us to look at. So with that being said, I think we're gonna just close this one up. So y'all keep it real and represent.
See ya.